was always anti-Diddy and was always speaking about Diddy as a problematic person was 50 Cent.
He would do a lot of foul shit. Like behind the scenes, he would do some foul shit. Like,
But I also didn't participate. I also didn't go to those parties.
Yeah.
Puffy was playing with your booty in Miami.
The courtroom tension escalated dramatically on day 3 of Sean Diddy Combs' federal trial when longtime rival Curtis, 50 Cent, Jackson publicly aligned himself with the damning allegations brought by Cassie Ventura. This move wasn't merely a celebrity jab, it carried weight, injecting even more intensity into an already scandalous trial that's captivating public attention globally. This trial is more than a celebrity scandal, it's a reckoning.
I was not offended by what I was offended by. This is
Wow, they found Kendrick and Wifey.
That's obviously doing shopping. They got the same outfit.
Yeah,
And
it's
wore
true.
it in public.
That's a nice shirt. That's a nice shirt. All right, so when he said the shopping line, in real life, what did you say?
I said, let me get away from him. Because it was like, he was like, yo, you hot now. Now we got to hang out now. Like, like hang out. Yeah. He said, I don't know, maybe I'll take you shopping and I get you some flash and you can give me the hood shit. And I was looking and I was like, let me just move away from him because I'm going to mess up the wedding. I always say to myself, like,
It was someone's wedding?
It was Chris Lighty's wedding. It was in Miami. Nori's there. Nori knows this because I looked at him like, yo.
Tell him the story.
Tell him the story. So we talking about rumors. Right?
Yeah.
And we, when you Google his name, there's a rumor that pops up that he was Diddy's boy toy.
Oh shit.
Right?
Wait, so this is...
So Charlamagne said...
It's not true, but I told after he brought up the stuff with you, I said, you know what 50 gonna say when he meets you?
Oh, no, I don't know that was going on.
You know...
I can't wait to run into him again.
What you gonna say to him, Phil?
Puffy was playing with your booty in Miami.
You know what 50 gonna say to you when he sees you.
What?
I heard Diddy touch the butt.
Yeah. Wait till I see him. Wait till I see him. I'm like, yo. Yeah.
Diddy, once a pinnacle of success in the music industry, now stands accused of deeply troubling acts involving physical abuse, coercion, and sexual misconduct. As each day of the trial unfolds, more shocking details emerge, threatening to permanently dismantle his empire and legacy. Cassie Ventura's testimony remains central to the case. Her voice trembled as she recalled years of alleged abuse and psychological manipulation during her relationship with Combs. She described being forced into degrading acts referred to as freak-offs, often involving strangers, under coercion from Diddy. She also alleged multiple incidents of physical violence, including being punched, thrown, and kicked. On one occasion, she claimed Diddy beat her so severely on a private jet that she considered jumping mid-flight.
Did he do it, right?
Yeah.
I know
He did it.
you've been heavy on social media talking about it.
He did it. And I'm the only one who's been vocal about this long before it actually. But I also didn't participate. I also didn't go to those parties.
Yeah.
So a lot of the celebrity culture that you don't hear saying anything is because they participated.
Was there a reason you never went to those parties back in the day?
I'm just not with all that 50 shit. Like all of the stuff that he's doing, I'm not into that type of stuff. I'm just a little more, maybe you could say basic or normal.
What's happening with Puffy? I know you're not really tapped in, but what
The last thing I saw was like a guy there. He was like, yo, he like pushed me into the truck. It really hurt. And he sounded me. Like he sounded me. I was like, yo, look, I could find other things to do for money.
Did you see
And it turns out that it's just been announced that he's created a docu-series on Netflix. I can't wait to see this. The other end of that, every person who has tried to speak out about this, who has tried to speak out about the industry, the type of people that are controlling the industry, the attacks that people face from the media if they try to speak out, is always the same. They're called crazy. And an example of one such individual who went through those sorts of attacks is the actor Orlando Brown. He was on Disney, and I remember everyone telling us that he was totally insane and deranged when he was saying a lot of things that at the time sounded crazy, particularly about Diddy. Take a listen.
The requirement is you gotta say no to Diddy. If it's new booty in the building, you know he's gonna get it.
Don't take your girlfriend to a Diddy party.
You can take the but he won't you.
Diddy, to me, is the fall guy. We are still seeing a major effort to protect the big names, just like with Jeffrey Epstein.
Beyond Cassie, other witnesses, including Diddy's former assistant, pseudonymously referred to as Mia, have provided corroborating accounts. Mia testified that Combs raped her during her tenure as his assistant and later pressured her into silence using financial intimidation and threats. Her testimony described a climate of fear and control within Diddy's inner circle, painting a picture of a toxic empire where employees felt trapped. The Department of Justice has described the case as one of organized exploitation, comparing the allegations to those seen in other high-profile trafficking cases. On the third day of the trial, 50 Cent took to social media, reigniting his long-standing feud with Diddy, but this time with unprecedented seriousness. Sharing the recently leaked 2016 surveillance video showing Combs assaulting Cassie in a hotel hallway, 50 wrote, "Now I'm sure Puffy didn't do it, he is innocent, this proves nothing. This is what his lawyers are gonna say, God help us all." The sarcasm was biting. More than mockery, 50 Cent's comments reflected a growing public sentiment that Diddy's image as a mogul has irreparably cracked.
Like all these years, you've been the only one calling this out.
I look like I've been the crazy guy for a long
They
time.
said you're a hater. They said you're crazy.
You do this, yeah, and now everybody's complaining. My ass is hurting. There's all this shit that's coming.
50, you can't make jokes about it.
No.
The internet might come for you, bro.
All I'm saying
It
is,
might come from
you
you.
see it now. All of these complaints. People were damn, they were and pillaged. This was what was going on, right? And what do I get for I went through years of a hater. You're a hater. You want this and that. I'm just watching. Like I look at things and go, when you see the new lawsuit coming with Jay, the part with Jay, I go, oh shoot, like. Then I think about it, I go, that had to be there. So when I was saying that he was missing, he just wasn't actively being out there because they was dealing with that.
Wait, do you think there's truth to the Jay thing? There's no way.
Like that. Look, you know what's like if you say, I have this thing where I'm conflicted when it takes you 20 years to remember something happened to you.
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't know. I go, oh, so 10 years, 20 years later, that comes back. And it's like all of Puff's problems are coming from the ministers touching little boys.
What you mean?
The laws are the way they are because
Because
Because of the priests.
the priests touching little boys.
Yeah.
Oh.
With each post, 50 continued to expose details, often linking to legal documents, old interviews, and damning commentary from other industry insiders. What made 50 Cent's involvement explosive wasn't just his celebrity, it was his access. As a former collaborator turned critic, Jackson hinted he might possess unreleased footage and testimony relevant to the case. Though no such evidence has been released publicly, the mere possibility fanned flames of speculation. Later that day, 50 Cent revealed he was developing a docuseries chronicling the allegations against Combs. Within 24 hours, Netflix confirmed it had acquired the rights after a multi-platform bidding war. In a press statement, 50 said all proceeds would go to organizations supporting victims.
Do a lot of foul shit. Like behind the scenes, he would do some foul shit. Like hating on, like doing things with people I'd done business with that he done business with. He would say shit that I was like, he said that to you?
Right.
I was like, yeah, so all right. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, and niggas don't know what they like till they see somebody with it. So they want the girls after you're done with them and shit.
Yeah. Leftovers.
Yeah.
You take your leftovers. A lot of niggas have more leftovers.
How much is this guy trying to get?
I don't know. Like it's a simple suit situation, but it's like
20 mil, I can say it.
You still have to black his face out.
Yes.
You still have to mimic his voice because he's like,
But his
damn.
voice wasn't even that different.
And a little deeper. I was like, almost like, no, that's you, young buck.
Yo,
I almost felt like it was him. I almost knew who it was. You know what I mean? I was like, nah.
Diddy's response was swift and furious. According to sources inside the courtroom, his legal team scrambled to address the sudden media avalanche triggered by 50 Cent. Attorneys filed motions attempting to exclude media commentary from influencing jury deliberation, arguing that Jackson's involvement constituted celebrity intimidation and defamation by spectacle. Simultaneously, Diddy released a public apology in a short, edited video where he addressed the 2016 hotel video. "My actions were inexcusable, I'm truly sorry," he stated. While his tone seemed somber, critics, including 50 Cent, blasted the apology as performative. "Nah, that apology was generated by panic, not remorse," Jackson tweeted. "That man ain't sorry, he's sorry he got caught." Despite Diddy's efforts to control the narrative, the damage seemed done. Brands began distancing themselves from the music mogul. Peloton removed all music associated with him, and Adidas, which once collaborated on a Diddy-endorsed fashion line, announced an indefinite suspension of related products. This trial doesn't exist in a vacuum. It's part of a broader cultural shift where powerful men are being held accountable through the judicial system and the court of public opinion. Social media campaigns under hashtags like #JusticeForCassie and #DiddyTrial have exploded in popularity. Users are digging through years of interviews, photos, and footage to highlight past red flags in Combs' behavior. Cassie's courage in testifying has been applauded by many celebrities, including Megan Good, Gabrielle Union, and Kerry Washington, who have used their platforms to amplify survivor voices and call for systemic reform within the entertainment industry.
You heard what he just said, right? He's like, yo, certain things they let it go by because it's fluff. Like they would look, like he would say stuff, and it's like he wasn't like in the closet, he was like in the hallway. Now you see so much shit that you go, wait. No, this was visible, guys.
It was in the hallway. We saw the video.
You saw that video. It comes out later. You're like, that's not the closet. That's the hallway. He didn't give a fuck. Like, you can tell that he was already.
Nah, New Yorkers know. Because when Fab, he was like, yo, Fab, we ain't party. Fab was like, nah, we partying tonight.
He's like, no, like, but he didn't party. Yeah. And I'm like, yo, they let that one go? Like, I had to say something about it later because I was like, oh, it was first.
50 Cent's involvement may be polarizing, but his relentless exposure campaign is bringing an uncomfortable but necessary spotlight to the proceedings. Many argue that his tone may be crude, but his content is pushing vital conversations to the forefront. Inside the entertainment world, a reckoning is taking place. Multiple executives and artists once affiliated with Combs are reportedly distancing themselves. Several artists from Bad Boy Records have scrubbed photos with Diddy from social media, and insiders suggest that a planned 2025 revival tour has been quietly cancelled. Even more damaging is the reported reconsideration by the city of New York to revoke the key to the city once awarded to Combs in 2023. Mayor Eric Adams is allegedly consulting legal advisors about whether ceremonial honors can be retracted in cases of moral or legal transgression. For decades, Diddy has cultivated a public image of resilience, hustle, and positivity. That image is now being dissected, re-examined, and, in many cases, entirely rewritten. Moving forward, what comes next? As the trial enters its second week, more witnesses are expected to testify, including a former bodyguard and a high-profile stylist who claims to have overheard Diddy admitting guilt during a private party. Prosecutors are expected to introduce digital evidence including emails, encrypted texts, and surveillance footage from Diddy-owned properties. Meanwhile, 50 Cent shows no sign of backing down. His upcoming docuseries, rumored to be titled The Empire of Smoke, aims to chronicle not just the trial but Diddy's rise to power and the many warning signs that were overlooked. Jackson insists that the docuseries isn't personal, it's about truth. People are finally seeing the monster behind the mogul, he posted on Instagram. Diddy snaps after 50 Cent joins Cassie Bombshell in day 3 of trial, is more than a headline, it's a reflection of a historic moment in entertainment, justice, and accountability. The trial has peeled back the layers of celebrity and wealth to expose a deeply disturbing narrative of abuse and control. With 50 Cent's voice amplifying survivor accounts and the legal system slowly but surely revealing its findings, Sean Combs is facing the biggest challenge of his life. Whether he will be held accountable in the eyes of the law remains to be seen. But in the eyes of the public, and in the annals of cultural memory, his image will never be the same.